come place. The organizers of the Open Arts Symposium 2024, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to be here today, and for that, I'm thankful for the opportunity to join business, political, and diplomatic leaders and members of academia for this year's Open Art Symposium, the fourth in the series. I'm particularly heartened that this important symposium, co-hosted by Oxford India Center for Sustainable Development in partnership with UTR, is held on this hallowed ground, which has contributed over 900 years of effort in shaping men and women of means and mettle in character and learning globally. This symposium with the theme, Power, Plants, Transforming Food, Energy, and Water Security through Agriculture comes at a very critical juncture in our time when the world is urgently grappling with unprecedented and pressing climate change challenges for food security, energy access, and water sustainability. Securing food, energy, and water resources for the future is not just a matter of survival, prosperity, stability, and sustainability. It is a pressing issue that demands our immediate attention, given its deep interconnectedness and the added layer of complexity it brings to the global challenges we are facing already. The quest for food, water, energy security transcends traditional boundaries in a world where geopolitical tensions, environmental crises, and social inequalities intertwine. We are currently facing urgent and interconnected global challenges that demand our immediate and undivided attention. Therefore, it is imperative that we embrace innovative approaches and integrated solutions, emphasizing the need for creativity and adaptability in our problem-solving strategies. Climate change impact on agricultural productivity in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a crossroads in addressing significant threats to climate, both water and energy security, thereby affecting our food systems globally. We must act now and decisively to make our world a better place for current and future generations. This is only possible through strategic thinking and forthright leadership that we can solve these interconnected challenges. The African continent. On the African continent, my colleagues and I have been relentless in our determination to band together to mitigate the impact of climate change by adopting policies that enhance resilience and sustainability in securing food, water, and energy resources for the future. Africa is the most vulnerable to the impact of climate change. With so many of our people living close to the poverty line, climate change could reverse much of the hard-won progress on development. Therefore, the move towards a greener and more sustainable development pathway can be a springboard for economic transformation. Most of our people live in rural areas where income and employment depends almost entirely on rain-fed agriculture. This leaves the region highly vulnerable to changes in rainfall and temperatures and their consequences for agricultural production. Globally, particularly in developing countries, we are increasingly experiencing the devastating impact of climate change on agricultural crop production, pastoral and livestock systems, and food prices, which disproportionately affecting the poor. 783 million people, that is 1 in 10 people in the world, are confronted with acute hunger. And Africa alone has 288 million hungry people. Available data shows that the number of hungry people is rising due to multiple shocks, from climate change, including cyclones, floods, and droughts, conflicts, geopolitical tensions, global food price, inflation, food export restrictions, rising poverty and inequality. This is a cause for grave concern, ladies and gentlemen. Hence, Africa's role in global discussions on fostering a holistic approach to transforming food, energy, and water security through sustainable agriculture is vital. Africa must not only participate in these discussions, but also be a leading force, driving innovation, shaping policies, and setting the agenda for a water, energy, and food secure world. Africa's agricultural potential. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa has the potential to lead from the front and change this narrative. With 65% of the world's uncultivated arable land, abundant water, diverse agroecological richness, and ample sunshine, Africa is poised to be the world's breadbasket by 2050. Agriculture, which provides livelihood to over 70%, is not just important. It is a responsibility we must urgently invest in to secure our future. While climate change remains a major threat to our agricultural sector, it also affects opportunities. Data shows that through climate-smart agriculture, Africa's annual agriculture and food market could reach up to 1 trillion by 2030. Therefore, if agriculture is well managed, it will create inclusive wealth, sustainable income, and abundant jobs for our people. So, ladies and gentlemen, what Africa does with agriculture will determine the future of food in the world. Our continent has the potential not just to feed ourselves, but to feed the world too. Sierra Leone's Feed Salon program. Ladies and gentlemen, in my country, Sierra Leone, my government recognizes the importance of agriculture and food security for sustainable development and social progress. With over 5.1 million hectares of arable land, that is about 3/4 of our nation's land space, diverse agroecological richness, abundant sunshine and rainfall, Sierra Leone is naturally endowed to grow enough food to feed its people and our neighbors. Agriculture is the main sector of our economy, accounting for an average of 51% of the GDP and employing approximately 65% of the labor force. While our great nation possesses high agricultural potential, agricultural yields and labor productivity remains low, partly due to our huge infrastructure bottlenecks and financing gaps. Urgent action is needed to transition from being a net food importer to developing agro-allied industrial zones in Sierra Leone. This shift is crucial for our goal of achieving minimum income status by 2039 and ensuring food security for our people. To achieve this, my government has prioritized innovative strategies and strengthened our legal and regulatory framework for a private sector-led approach to agricultural productivity and food security in Sierra Leone. In our agriculture sector transformation odyssey, we launched the flagship Feed Salon program in October 2023 as our roadmap towards achieving food security and inclusive economic growth through transforming our food systems. The Feed Salon program aims to enhance agricultural productivity, promote inclusive growth, increase access to locally produced food, and significantly reduce our reliance on food imports, especially rice, which currently costs us a staggering $200 million annually. Additionally, the Feed Salon program seeks to combat hunger and malnutrition, boost export revenue, create jobs, particularly for women and the youth. To accelerate our progress, my government has increased national agriculture sector budget allocation from 2% to 7%. My government has pledged to mobilize 1.6 million over the next 5 years to deliver on our Feed Salon program objectives. Our short to medium term vision is to invest heavily in climate-smart agricultural mechanization and technologies and promote private sector involvement throughout the agricultural value chain. The private sector is a key partner in our effort to increase access to agricultural finance. International investment and strong alliances will be vital to implementing the Feed Salon program. We seek partnerships that will enhance agricultural productivity, support sustainable development, create jobs, and de-risk the agriculture sector in Sierra Leone. Under my leadership, and with my government's commitment to delivering on these promises, the moment to partner with us is actually now. The Alliance of Champions for Food Systems Transformation, ACF. Ladies and gentlemen, our efforts go beyond our borders. At COP28 last year, Sierra Leone, Brazil, Norway, Rwanda, and Cambodia launched the Alliance of Champions for Food Systems Transformation this year, a new strategic coalition of ambitious countries determined to act urgently and together. As a foundation member and co-host of the ACF, we are committed to pioneering a whole-of-government approach to food systems transformation that reflect our ambition to alleviate hunger promote local food production, and create sustainable livelihoods. The ACF members recognize the urgent need and commit to delivering universal access to affordable, nutritious, and sustainable diets to accelerate significant progress in this decade. Food systems are failing us at both the national and planetary level. Rather than nourishing us with nutritious food, a third of global population cannot afford a healthy diet, while 1 in 10 are obese. Food production is now a primary source of environmental destruction, causing 90% of deforestation, 60% of biodiversity loss, and 30% of greenhouse gas emission, while 70% of our fresh water is used for agriculture. Thus, when food systems appeared center stage for the first time at COP last year, it was a sign that the world has finally woken to their centrality, not just to climate breakdown, but also to many of the other global crises we currently face. At COP29, over 150 governments, including Sierra Leone, committed to integrating food systems and agriculture into their national climate plans by signing the UAE Declaration on Sustainable Agriculture, Resilient Food Systems, and Climate Action. Member countries pledged to update their national climate plans to enhance their approach to food systems transformation, focusing on 10 Alliance of Champions for Food Systems Transformation priority intervention areas. By working together to foster collaboration and share knowledge and lessons through a whole of government approach, we will make the transition to sustainable food systems faster and easier for everyone. We hope others will join us and build upon this commitment made under the UAE Food Declaration, which prioritizes resilient food systems and climate action. Climate change impact on food systems. Ladies and gentlemen, it is safe to say that we are all feeling the increasing negative effect of climate change. From the surge in storm frequency and intensity to the unprecedented heat waves in our various countries, we are witnessing the severe consequences of human-induced global warming. Small island nations and economically disadvantaged countries are disproportionately bearing the brunt of climate change and food insecurity. This calls for collective action and support, underlining the importance of each of our roles in this global challenge. Yet, these challenges also present unique opportunities. Our responsibility lies in leveraging these opportunities to ensure an effective transition to sustainability and to secure a better future for our people. This transition hinges on investment in climate-resilient infrastructure, technology and capacity building for local communities. Government must implement supportive policies that promote sustainable agriculture, protect natural resources, and incentivize green practices. Strong global collaboration is also essential with the private sector and partnerships that will drive landscape change. Ladies and gentlemen, as one of the most climate vulnerable nations, Sierra Leone urgently needs more robust system for adapting and responding to the adverse effects of climate change. My government supports convergent efforts across various sectors, including agriculture, energy, environment, nature, and resilient livelihood. We focus on food systems in specific locations and prioritizing value chains, fostering linkages across various sectors, ensuring active operational coordination in these areas are essential for our success. Doing so creates a cohesive and integrated approach to transforming our food systems, ensuring sustainable development and resilience against future challenges. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, sustainable agriculture is not just an environmental or economic issue, but a fundamental pillar of global security. My government's investment in this all-important sector concerns our national security and prosperity. Therefore, we are embracing sustainable practices to enhance food security, mitigate climate change, preserve natural resources, and foster economic stability. Our overarching vision is to take advantage of our soil wealth, grow agriculture as a business in climate-smart ways, and leverage it as a fundamental source of national security and prosperity. My government is committed to leading with vision and commitment, ensuring that agriculture becomes a force for positive change and the cornerstone of a secure and sustainable future for all. Let me use this opportunity again to thank the Oxford India Center for Sustainable Development at Oxford University, UPL, and all partners and investors for this opportunity and for their commitment to contributing to this ongoing conversation about how agricultural practices affect national security. I invite strategic partners to Sierra Leone as your next destination for investment, research, collaboration in the agriculture sector. In the course of history, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move this conversation away from the four walls of Oxford University into the real world, probably Sierra Leone. We must walk the talk and put into action everything we are discussing here today. On that note, I thank you all for listening and do enjoy the rest of the symposium.